to Commissioners Fry and Kelly, about 7:01. Mike, roll call, please.
Commissioner Vyers.
Here.
Commissioner Morrill.
Here.
Commissioner Kelly.
Here.
Commissioner Hodgkinson.
Here.
Commissioner Fry.
Here.
President Me.
Here. And it looks like we have minimal attendance tonight, and that's good. It's summertime. And Ben Hinchy's out there. Ben, thanks for joining us, sir. We have two presentations. First one is from the athletic programs. Is that you, Nikki Chezik? Yes. All right, you're up.
Good evening, staff and board. So far this year, the athletic team has been a part of and successfully completed the following special events and tournaments. We've done Isapalooza, end-of-season basketball tournament for the DYTBL, the Wheaton North Basketball Shootout, Go Fly a Kite, Wheaton Wing Soccer Tournament, Baseball Softball All-Star Day, Baseball Softball Championship Day, 2 Red, White, and Blue Baseball Softball Tournaments, 4th of July Parade, Game Day Baseball Tournament, and Game On, which is a family event this Thursday from 10 a.m. till 2 at Northside Park. In addition to the special events and tournaments, we just wanted to acknowledge that the athletic department recently, with the marketing department, created a new logo for us to start branding, a lot of the things that we put out. They did a great job with getting our vision out perfectly with that logo. Another note we wanted to mention was that both myself and Tony Giovenco recently enrolled in a youth mental health first aid course, and we successfully completed our certificate. We'll be working with Kristen Hanlon to create an educational piece that we will provide for the Park District to include in staff trainings and for all our volunteer materials. As for some of our outstanding programs and leagues, I would like to mention that our basketball in-house league will be seeing a new format this fall. We surveyed a bunch of participants from last year, and we decided we're going to be combining the 2 seasons into one. This will allow for our teams to remain the same from October until the end of January when the season ends. Consistency with the coaches and teammates will help improve team unity and the skill development. Registration for this is still taking place for kindergarten through 8th grade, and anyone interested in travel basketball, the tryouts will be taking place in late September. Our Rams Tackle Football League will be in its 52nd year this fall. Currently, we have 8 teams ready to begin evaluations at the end of this month. If anyone's interested in registering, we do still have availability in our 9U, which is under 94 pounds, and our senior level players, which is ages 13 to 14. We're very close to filling a 3rd team at the senior level. Rams cheerleaders are already practicing for upcoming competitions and for the BGYFL football game entertainment. Our Wolverine lacrosse program has also undergone a little bit of a change. We have recently contracted with New Wave Lacrosse for our youth development program. As we moved along with the program, we were finding that not many volunteer coaches were specialized in this sport. By partnering, we are guaranteeing that the participants receive proper technique and skill development. Daryl Houston, athletic manager, will still oversee all of our elite teams with the Park District. We are hosting a fall ball skill development program for grades 1 through 8 for lacrosse. Some of us are still on a high after the USA Women's Soccer World Cup win, and we're hoping that some of our residents, still have that extra motivation to register for our in-house soccer league. That is also still taking place for 4 to 5-year-olds in kindergarten through 8th grade. This recreational league will go up by $10 on July 30th. So if you want the discounted rate, you might want to get in before then. We want to wish all of our Wheaton Wing Soccer Club participants good luck with the upcoming season, which will begin in August. Our 16 teams are placed in highly competitive divisions, and we will be sure to market their success on the WheatonWings.com website. For any additional information on any of our programs, camps, or leagues, you can visit our program guide, which is found on the WheatonParkDistrict.com website, or our athletic website, which is WPDathletics.org, for any other details. I now would like to pass this on to Amy Seklecki and Mark Delphin to talk about the podcast.
Just a minute before we get there.
Could I ask
Questions?
Yeah.
Any comments or questions?
Before you pass it along, I have a question
You
about.
can't run away.
I have questions about this mental health training that you guys underwent. What was the purpose of that? Are you trying to help staff identify when kids might have some mental health issues, or?
Sure. What we were, in our profession, what we've learned is that it's becoming a little more of an area that needs some special attention. A lot of times what they teach us is we're quick to say, maybe that child is acting out of sorts, maybe that kid is, he's just naughty, or he can't follow directions. So what we're trying to do is just provide a very basic guideline for why might that kid be acting out? Why might that kid or participant, be off to the side and not engaging so much, instead of just jumping to conclusions, this will kind of help us monitor or just think that maybe a little extra attention might be needed. And that's really the goal of this training, is just to make us aware of it that it's out there.
Okay, and then if they feel like they have more, if the staff feels like they need more assistance, need more help, what do they do?
We have a crisis hotline that we have. We're also mandated reporters for DCFS, so it would fall along those lines depending on the situation. And if they do have a concern, one of the steps is going to be to contact us, and we would move forward with someone a little above us. We're just certified. We're not instructors. We don't diagnose anyone. We don't make any
Right.
assumptions.
We're not qualified to
So
do that.
We would continue on through the programs that are provided to us.
Thank you.
Anybody else for Nikki? Nikki, just a comment, and Mary Beth and Nikki both. I was happy to hear and read that, our Rams football program seems to be solid. Apparently we are ahead of where we were for registrations at this time last year, and you said that we have possibly 1 to 2 more teams coming in?
We have some more spots on the 9U roster, and our senior level, if we get a few more, we'll have a 3rd team.
Excellent. So we're still hanging in there. Very good, thanks.
Anything else?
Now you can run away.
All right, fine.
Yeah.
There you go. Thank you.
We're a little tall, so I'm just going to move this up. As podcast fans, Mark and I came together to create a new avenue to reach more of the community, and it's called A Talk in the Park. The first episode launched in July, and Mark will talk more about the stats. But each month, we interview special guests. We're just going to have people learn more about the Park District and their activities and events, and topics in the future just include like how to green your Park District, behind the scenes at special events or Cosley Zoo, and more things like that. And we hope that each month we will gain new followers and continue to grow this avenue. And we're very excited with the downloads and the success that we've had so far. So I'm going to pass it over to Mark, who can tell you a little bit more about that.
So far with the podcast, we have it hosted on iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, Spotify, TuneIn, and SoundCloud. So we have a lot of different areas that people can listen to it. So it's not just our website or anything. So far, we had the sneak peek episode that came out on July 2nd. We had 104 downloads/listens. And the first episode came out on July 9th, and we have 120 downloads/listens. So our goal right now is 100 listens/downloads per episode for the beginning. Get it out there, work on, putting it in the public, figuring out other ways that we can promote it. So far, we think it's been a great success. It took about a year from the idea to actually, putting the first episode out. So I just want to thank the marketing department for all their help with the logo, the website, all the background information, promoting it. Mary Beth and Nikki for helping bring the idea to reality. And then also Amy with being the co-host. There's a lot of back-end stuff that we have to do. And, Amy and I communicate, usually daily with scheduling interviews, coming up with questions, figuring out the next idea and topic. So it's a lot of hard work, but, we love it, and we think it's going to be something unique. So
Pretty exciting. Where did this originate, this idea?
I came up with the idea talking with Nikki about lengthy emails that we send out that maybe people don't read the entire thing. And I wanted to voice record the emails, and I figured, well, why don't we step it up and go to a podcast and incorporate the entire Park District and, events that we do and unique stories that we have that, you can't tell that through a flyer. You know, a flyer, you're only limited to so many words. So putting a 20, 30-minute podcast out there that people can listen to when they walk their dog, when they, you know, are at home doing dishes or riding in their car, going to work, you know, gives them another avenue to learn about the Park District. And Amy loves podcasts just like I do on the side, so I was looking for a co-host, and you know we were talking, and she was glad to accept, and so that's kind of where everything went from there.
Well, thanks for getting it going, and thanks for your collective work on it.
What kind of response have you had from the community? Anything?
So it's really early. So you know we're really pushing. You know we put it in the July e-newsletter, which I don't know how many people that went out to. So we
Okay.
put it in there. We're looking at putting it into email signatures for staff at the bottom, where if they click on it, it takes them to the website. We're looking at other areas of how we can, you know, direct email just about the podcast, add it on certain social media. You know, I've shared it on my social media so that, you know, LinkedIn, to try to get it out as much as possible. Throw it in when we do, you know, I'll throw it in with basketball. If I'm sending an email to 400 people for basketball, I'll throw a link saying, hey, check this out. So, you know, at the end, it's new. Naperville has a podcast, and they average between 30 and 70, you know, downloads and listens per episode. So right now we're ahead of that. So that's, you know, a good thing for us. So we just keep pushing it, and hopefully people will, you know, catch on.
I have no idea those sites that you mentioned, what they are, or even how to access them.
Apparently he's old, huh?
Yeah, look who's talking.
No.
I downloaded the talk with Tara, and I really enjoyed it. And I was driving around, and I vacillated between, you know, send us some ideas, because I could give you some ideas for like wacky questions that the
take it. We'll
audience
take
might
anything,
be
yeah.
interested in. But also, I thought it was just a great opportunity to really go into more depth. And I think people don't realize the extent to where all these, what these programs do just to open up the doors, you know, the research that goes into it, the investigation, the groundwork, and all the people, all of the partnerships that we've had with people
Right.
to develop them. I was thinking, well, I'd call Kay McKean and have her come over and talk about what she was doing with the green team and what she was doing with
Yep.
the golf course. And then I was thinking, what about some wacky questions like, what's Mike Bernard like at 8:30 a.m. in the office? And but I really, I thought it was a great idea. I learned a lot from that episode, so
Good, good.
I think you're doing a good job.
Thanks.
Keep up the great work, Mark and Amy. Thanks.
Thank you.
Mike, we are at community input. Anyone out there from the community desires to address the board? Now's the time. All right. Before we get into the consent agenda, I want to add an item number 12 to our new business agenda, and that will be, it pertains to the August subcommittee and regular meeting. And we'll discuss that when we get to it. It'll be brief. Unless someone wishes anything to be removed from the consent agenda, I'm going to read the consent agenda into the record, and then I'm going to simply look for a motion and a second and a voice vote. Anyone want to remove anything? All right, consent agenda. Item A, approval of disbursements totaling $1,800,772.04 for the period beginning June 12, 2019 and ending July 9, 2019. B, approval of the June 19, 2019 regular meeting minutes. C, approval of the July 10, 2019 subcommittee meeting minutes. D, amendments to the athletic areas fee schedule and usage policy. E, approval of expenses over $10,000 but under the legal bid limit. Sub A, payment to Johnson Health Tech for 4 Matrix Cent A7XE-06 elliptical fitness machines for $19,967. Sub B, payment to City of Wheaton Police Services for Taste of Wheaton for $15,785. Sub C, payment to Wheaton Rotary AM for 50% share of the net proceeds for the 2019 Fun Run in Color in the amount of $18,705.39. Sub D, payment to Meyer Paving for Arrowhead Cart Path Paving Project for $22,260. Sub E, payment to spray installations for fireproofing at Community Center for $11,550. And sub F, payment to the Wapaka Sand for material for path improvements at Donata South Park for $12,075. I'd look for a motion and a second.
Hey, Terry,
Yep,
before the motion, can we pull E and make that a separate vote?
we can.
Thanks.
Based on that,
I make the motion.
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
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 All right, you wanted to address E and sub-E,
Right. I just want a separate vote.
okay? So we will address that in a separate vote. Approval of the expenses over $10,000 but under the legal bid limit for sub-E payment to spray installations for fireproofing at Community Center for $11,550.
Make that motion.
I'll second.
We have a motion by Morrow and a second by Vires. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Terry, I abstain.
All right,
We'll have the record reflect of the abstention.
all
Do
right.
you want a roll call vote on that? Do we do roll call?
We can simply reflect his abstention in the voice vote. Either way is perfectly okay.
Thanks, John. Moving on to new business, item number 1. Need a motion for the Memorial Park redevelopment project. A motion to approve the contract for the base bid.
Yeah, I move to approve a contract to the base bid, plus alternates 1, 2, 3A, 3B, 3C, 4, and 5 with Frederick Quinn Corporation in the amount of $4,641,800.
Second.
Motion by Kelly, a second by Fry. Mike, call the roll, please. Oh, I'm sorry. Any questions?
I'd just like to make a comment on it. I just want to, I mean, this is kind of a momentous vote for us because it's a project many years in the offing. I want to tip of the hat to Mike and to staff for how well they shepherded this project through from conception stage to messaging and soliciting the input of the neighbors, to dealing with some of the concerns that the neighbors expressed, and then in working with the architects to get the drawings done, and then insisting on some pricing being done ahead of time, which came in well over our $5 million budget, and then working again with the architects to adjust those drawings and to get the project back more within our $5 million budget. And at the end of the day, we're getting a bid for quite a bit under $5 million, which is pretty good. Commissioner Kelly tells us that there are going to probably be some change orders coming forward at some point, but I think it's a great testament to the professionalism of staff here at the Park District that we're able to get this project to the point where it is right now and under budget as of now. So congratulations, Mike.
Thank you very much.
I
Mike,
think
can you,
we owe Rob a little kudos. Rob, you pretty much took the lead on all of these meetings with the area residents, so.
Yeah, Rob and Steve.
And well, Steve's not here, but thanks to Steve, too.
Steve is here.
Oh, there he is. I didn't see you, Steve, sorry. Anyway, thanks to both of you for taking the lead. I know that was a project in and of itself.
Mike, can you give a timeline of when this will take place?
Yes, sir. Immediately after the Brewfest event and the following day, which we have a large rental for Northwestern Hospital, immediately following that weekend of activity, we will break ground.
Which is when?
Thank you. That first Monday of August 5th, thank you, Rob, is when we are scheduled to have construction fencing put up and begin demolition, with the hope and the expectation of being done by Memorial Day or shortly thereafter of 2020.
Mike, have we scheduled the groundbreaking ceremony yet?
We have not, but we will be informing, of course, the board and the public of when we'll be prepared to do that.
Anybody else? Motion by Kelly and a second by Fry. Mike?
Commissioner Vires?
Yes.
Commissioner Morrow?
Yes.
Commissioner Kelly?
Yes.
Commissioner Hodgkinson?
Yes.
Commissioner Fry?
Yes.
President Mee?
Yes. Item number 2, need a motion for the ordinance 2019-04 pertaining to disposal and sale of personal property owned by the Wheaton Park District.
So moved.
Second.
Who was the second?
Me.
Right.
Fry.
Right. Got it all. Any comments or questions?
What do we, I have a question. Are we going to replace these benches?
I can answer that. We, We will be coming to the board with a subsequent action related to the Memorial Park project for some new temporary benches that we have researched through visiting other venues. We think we found an excellent option, and we'll be ready to put it to bid real soon for some seating. We have an estimation of approximately, it's about 350 seats we'll be able to add with this new configuration, and I think the board and the public will be really happy with this option. So the short answer is yes, we are replacing them with a more modern way of dealing with crowd management while not installing permanent seating, which was the desire of the public as was communicated to us through the focus group process. They did not want permanent installation of seating in front of the band shell. They wanted it removable. So essentially, we'll have it up June, July, and August of every year, and then it will be stored for the balance of the year for a more open use of the park.
But we could move it around if we were having dances or something there.
Sure.
Yeah. These are the benches that are sitting right in front of the band shell right now, correct?
Correct.
So these are pretty old, beat-up benches, right? We're not thinking that we could possibly use them anyplace else, right?
We do not believe we have an alternate use for them. We're hopeful perhaps there's folks in the community, we'll put them on an auction, who may want one in their backyard, or maybe somebody wants, a half a dozen of them for a purpose of, of their choosing. But, we'd prefer with, them being at the end of their useful life as far as the park district is concerned, that they depart in a reasonably expeditious fashion, and maybe we can put a few bucks back into the
Maybe
project.
a podcast could tell people about that.
And for the record, we're disposing of 111 of them, is that correct, Mike?
111 of the benches that are currently sitting in front of the band shell in Memorial Park.
Anyone else? Got a motion by Vires and a second by Fry. Mike, voice vote, please.
Did you want a voice vote or a roll call
That's an
vote?
ordinance.
We should be able to do a voice vote on this ordinance, should we not? It's just a
It's
disposal.
an ordinance. It's
It's
a
an
roll call.
ordinance. I think it's.
I think it's a roll call.
Roll call.
Well, I guess just to be on the safe side, why don't we take a roll call?
Do it.
Commissioner Morrill?
Yes.
Commissioner Kelly?
Yes.
Commissioner Hodgkinson?
Yes.
Commissioner Fry?
Yes.
Commissioner Vires?
Yes.
President Me?
Yes. I need a motion for ordinance 2019-05 pertaining to a lease agreement with Computer System Innovation.
So moved.
Second.
There's a motion by Fry and a second by Virus. Anybody have any comments or questions? Mike, call the roll, please.
Commissioner Kelly?
Yes.
Commissioner Hodgkinson?
Yes.
Commissioner Fry?
Yes.
Commissioner Vires?
Yes.
Commissioner Morrill? President Me?
Yes. Item number 4, need a motion to approve the POTS line service provider cost for the 335 POTS lines, and they are the analog phone line for the district. Need a motion and a second.
So moved.
Second.
I think we have to make sure that it says Birch. The provider is Birch,
And the cost.
and the cost is $38.95 per line.
Fine.
All righty. We do have a motion by Vires and a second by Morrow. Any comments, questions, or concerns? Mike, would you call the roll, please?
Commissioner Hodgkinson?
Yes.
Commissioner Fry?
Yes.
Commissioner Vires?
Yes.
Commissioner Morrill?
Yes.
Commissioner Kelly?
Yes.
President Me?
Yes. Item number 5, need a motion to approve a contract with Advanced Intelligence Engineering.
So move. For cabling and switch replacements for a cost of $25,729.79.
Second.
Got a second by, we got a motion by Morrill and a second by Hutchinson. Any questions, comments, or concerns? Mike, would you call the roll, please?
Commissioner Fry?
Yes.
Commissioner Vires?
Yes.
Commissioner Morrill? Commissioner Kelly?
Yes.
Commissioner Hodgkinson?
Yes.
President Me?
Yes, and apparently this are for the community center, clock tower, and the Prairie Building, right?
Yes, sir.
Item number 6, need a motion to approve a 2-year contract extension with Paylocity.
I'll move to approve the 2-year extension with Paylocity for payroll processing and HR record services at a cost not to exceed $130,000 per year.
Second.
Motion by Fry and a second by Kelly. Any comments, questions, or concerns? I want to thank Commissioner Fahey, who's not with us tonight, and Rita Trainer for, pushing Paylocity to not, engage a fee increase for the life of that contract. So thank you. Mike, call the roll, please.
Commissioner Vyers?
Yes.
Commissioner Morrow?
Yes.
Commissioner Kelly?
Yes.
Commissioner Hodgkinson?
Yes.
Commissioner Fry?
Yes.
President Me?
Yes. Item number 7, need a motion to accept a proposal from Ralph H. Simpson Company for Community Center Filter Building Column Repair in the amount of $17,800.
So moved.
Vires?
Second.
We got a motion by Vires and a second by Morrell. Any comments, questions, or concerns? Mike, voice vote, please.
All in favor, vote aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign.
Mike, I abstain.
We'll record an abstention from Commissioner Kelly.
Item number 8, need a motion to approve change order number 3 with R.C. Wegman for the Community Center Track Project at a cost of, $17,873.30.
So moved.
Second.
Got a motion by Hodgkinson and a second by whom?
Fires.
Byers? Any comments, questions, or concerns?
Mike, when is the track slated to be open, do you expect?
Our newest opening date is the last week of August. We were pushed back an additional 30 days due to the fact that the track installers that we have been waiting on are all very busy tying up school projects that need to be accomplished before schools open, which is typically mid-August. So the school projects, and we've sought out with our contractor, several alternative installers, and they're all tied up with schoolwork, which they won't be free until that mid-August period. So we should be ready to open at the end of August. Very unfortunate series of delays. However, we are getting the job done right in partnership with our contractor, R.C. Wegman, and we know that the public has been eagerly anticipating the reopening of the indoor track, and we're looking forward to that happening near the end of August. Yes, sir.
And Mike, one of the reasons we're waiting is we need a certified installer by the manufacturer, and there's a limited number in the Chicago area. We've even looked to Wisconsin for installers, see if we get somebody come down, and we can't find anybody.
So, yeah, with the exception of the final surfacing to be installed, the project is complete.
Anybody else? We've got a motion by Hodgkinson and a second by Vyers. Mike, we can go with a voice vote.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign.
Item number 9, need a motion to approve a contract with Perfect Turf for the installation of playground safety surfacing at Hall Park for $64,440.
So moved.
Second.
We got a motion by Fry and a second by Virus. Any comments, questions, or concerns? Mike, would you call the roll?
Commissioner Morrow,
Yes.
Commissioner Kelly,
Yes.
Commissioner Hodgkinson.
Yes.
Commissioner Fry,
Yes.
Commissioner Vyers.
Yes.
President Me.
Yes. Item number 10, need a motion to approve a professional services contract with Studio GC Architects for the design of chemical storage buildings at Arrowhead Golf Club not to exceed $22,500.
So move.
Second.
Motion by Morrow and a second by Fry. Any comments, questions, or concerns? Mike, a voice vote, please.
All those in favor, aye.
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 Any opposed, same sign.
Moving along. Item number 11, need a motion to approve a contract with Laub Construction for the Arrowhead Golf Club dishwasher replacement project for $192,900.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion by Vyers and a second by Kelly. Any comments, questions, or concerns?
Mike, this is a pretty big ticket item, but this is quite an improvement in technology, right, that will be in there.
Yeah, the three dishwashers. The two dishwashers we are replacing were original to the 2006 reopening of Arrowhead Golf Club facility. And they work 362 days a year, 18 hours a day, essentially. So we're near the end of their life, and we have determined through some differences in what we purchased this time around and how we orchestrate the kitchen alignment. We expect to see some significant labor savings through the installation of these two machines.
Start date and completion?
I need to defer to either Rob or Andy on that.
It's a six-week
Okay.
Thank you.
You know, and I think it's important to note that, you know, we did engage a
No detergent.
consulting firm for this, and, you know, this took a lot of study, but I think I'm hoping this is going to help us in the end. Anybody else? We got a motion by Byers and a second by Kelly. Mike, would you call the roll, please?
Commissioner Kelly?
Yes.
Commissioner Hodgkinson?
Yes.
Commissioner Fry?
Yes.
Commissioner Byers?
Yes.
Commissioner Morrow?
Yes.
President Me?
Yes. And the just added item number 12 pertains to the August 7 subcommittee meeting and the regular meeting of August 28th. According to our executive director, we have little to no items of business for that meeting. So I'm suggesting that we cancel that meeting.
I second that motion.
Are we talking about the 7th?
Subcommittee or the form?
Both.
meetings?
Oh, the 7th and the 28th?
If we're not going to have a regular meeting, we don't need a subcommittee meeting. So according to Mike, we have, again, little in the way of business.
A regular meeting, too?
Regular meeting as well. It's the way it's timed out. We would have bills to pay and minutes to approve. It would take 2 minutes. We can defer those to the.
We don't have to pay any bills, and
How we handle it, according to board general practices, is staff pays the bills in advance and they're ratified at a subsequent meeting. So the bills will be paid to the vendors we owe money to. It's just that the board ratification would take another 30 days, which is perfectly acceptable.
And we'll pay, basically, we'll ratify, you know, two different bill payment months. So, you know, if something came up, Mike could always call, ask for a special meeting, but at this point in time, you know, I would recommend to the board that we cancel those meetings. And if you're in agreement, then I would need a motion and a second.
I would move to cancel the Buildings and Grounds meeting scheduled for August 7th and the regularly scheduled Commissioners meeting on the 28th of August.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion by Hutchinson and a second by Byers. Any questions, comments, or concerns? Mike, that would be a voice vote.
All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Thank you.
We are at reports from staff. Mike?
I would simply recognize that we have with us today in the audience Jim Hebert from the AM Rotary Club. I believe, I'm guessing he's here today as we had an item impacting the Rotary Club on the agenda. So Jim, we value the AM Rotary Club's partnership tremendously, and I'll remind, the board is already aware of this through previous reporting, but I'll let our friends know at home. The Rotary Club recently named the Wheaton Park District its Business of the Year. When we were very honored to receive that award last month. Again, one of our strongest partnerships in this community is with this club, and thanks for being here tonight, Jim.
Thank you.
Anything else, Mike?
No, sir.
Starting down at the end, John?
The only thing I'd like to bring up is August 3rd is Brewfest, which I'm looking forward to. Again, this will be my third year in a row as an attendee rather than as a server. It goes a lot faster when you serve. And that'll be the last event in the old band shell area and everything because the park's closed down on that following Monday. So I look forward to seeing everybody out at Memorial Park. Hopefully it'll be a beautiful day. So.
Ray?
I want to thank all the staff that were involved with the 4th of July fireworks in particular. I didn't get to the parade, but the fireworks were fantastic, the best I've ever seen. So congratulations for everyone who was involved in that. Also want to thank, and I might have done this before, but thank the outdoor rec people, Tara and her staff for helping Kiwanis with the Fisherama. Would like to remind staff and the community that the wine tasting at Cosley Zoo is next Thursday. And I believe there's still tickets to be purchased, so the wine tasting at Cosley Zoo next Thursday. I'd also like to announce that the Sensory Garden and Playground Foundation approved Phase 1 of the treehouse today. So the treehouse is going to start and should be done by October. That's all I have.
Excellent.
Commissioner Kelly?
Nothing.
How shocking. Commissioner Hodgkinson?
I'm going to reiterate, I was going to thank staff for the outstanding work that was done between all of the summer events, the taste, and then the Taste of Wheaton, the fireworks that were put on for the community, the parade that was put on for the community. I think that people don't always know that that's the park district that's behind so many of those events. And I also wanted to thank Jim for being here from the AM Rotary too, and find out how we were going to present that award to, that monetary award to them, if we were going to do it at a meeting here, or if we were going to do it at a meeting at their club.
We typically, we send over Dan Novak with a black bag with a check into it over to their meeting. And we do a hand
Is he
delivery.
dressed like a blues brother or
Yeah,
something?
like Jake Blues, yeah.
Thank you again, Jim.
Commissioner Fry?
I have a question for Nicole. Hopefully you can answer this. The class you took for the special needs, this is affecting our family right now. Do we, when a parent signs up a child for any program, whether it's athletics or somebody else can answer this, is there a section in the sign up to say that the child has special needs?
Yes.
Okay.
On the registration form?
Yeah.
Probably middle of the page, there is an option
Okay.
to fill in if there's a special need requested.
Okay, and how's that addressed then after it, if someone signs up for that?
We reach out to WDSRA,
Okay.
and we get in touch, they get in touch with the families, and they organize if an aid is needed, an observation, and
Okay.
they go through the process with you.
Great, thank you.
Okay?
We've got a couple things. I sent out a note to as many of you as I could pertaining to, your great efforts in, making our July 3 and 4 events exceptional as usual. But I had a chance to sit with the Johnny Rockets fireworks contractor as they set off the fireworks. Those, they have it all wired in. I mean, they are, safety is paramount with them, but they are good. And it doesn't get any better than being up close and personal. With the fireworks display, the parade, phenomenal. You got a chance to walk and hand out candy. I need more candy next year, just so you know. We always run out, so that's probably on me. But you guys all did a great job. But Commissioner Vyers mentioned the upcoming Brew Fest, and I think it's important to note that we share the proceeds, with CASA, which is the Court-Appointed Special Advocate Service for DuPage, and it supports abused and neglected independent children, so those people, they're co-partners with us in that venture. And then, of course, what was mentioned too is the upcoming, what will be mentioned now is the Cosley Classic, which is our golf event that supports, the Cosley Zoo, and that's coming up 2 days following the Brew Fest. So that's another event that, always attracts a lot of attention, and, these are good fundraisers for us. And thanks for the work on that. Margie, is it you that would know how we're doing with registrations, or who would know? Yep. Okay, and we're looking for 204, something like that? Okay. We're going to make it? Maybe. Well, again, these are, our upcoming events are pretty important to us, but you guys have done a phenomenal job in, maintaining the fireworks and the parade, so I want to thank you all for that. Mike, I don't have anything else. Anybody else?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Whatever I had to say.
Get it out, Ray.
I had to wake up, I'm sorry.
Motion by Morrow and a second by whom?
Byers.
By Byers.
Everybody.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.